Hi guys, Dragon Envoy here, and welcome back to another video. Um, so I've had lots of footage that I have recorded, to make like talking videos and stuff, and I just haven't gotten around to like deciding what to yap about, but I think I finally have something. Actually, I finally have something. So as you know, this started as a BJD channel and has kind of just like progressed, and it's just mostly a channel for things that I like to do. But I'll never forget, I'll still come back to BJDs and stuff. But I did want to talk to you guys about the unfortunate closure of a very well known BJD website called Den of Angels. It's a forum website. If you guys don't know what it is, it's a forum website. I believe people have said it's been around since 2008. I'm not sure. I could probably look that up real quick. Um, but it's been around for a long time. And actually, okay, so it says software forum by Xenoforo 2010, but it could have moved or something. Um, from that time. But I've heard someone say that it's been around since like 2008. I'm not sure. Um, but if you guys don't know what Den of Angels is, it was just a forum for the entirety of the doll community to go talk about BJDs, ask each other for help over BJDs, all of those things. There was lots of ads. Lots of companies would post like, oh, this is going to be the new upcoming BJD. This is going to be our new doll. You could also use it to post pictures of your dolls. There'd be forums of specific kinds of dolls. So, like from a specific company, a specific mold. Um, and you could share, like, oh, this is my one example is that I would stock the forums for BJD Migi doll Miho because that was my dream doll before I even bought him. Before I bought Kosuke. He was my dream doll, but I would stalk the Den of Angel forums and look at everybody's Migi doll Mihos and comment and like be like, oh my god, they're so pretty, they're so beautiful, blah blah blah. And yeah, and that's basically what it was. It was a just a place everyone could go and share their dolls and so it's actually very sad to hear that it's closing, though, to be very honest. I do think Den of Angels has not been the go to place for many people anymore. I think lots of people, lots of newer doll collectors, I don't think they even knew what Den of Angels was, or they probably don't even have an account because you can find lots of information on Reddit now. If you follow a bunch of BJD people on Instagram, you can learn from them. So it wasn't really like there anymore to be like the go to place. There's lots of YouTube channels. I'm a YouTube channel. Obviously, I'm not very big, but yeah. Um, but yeah, there are lots of like how to make wigs, how to make face ups, and lists of like what materials to use. Even some had links to it. It's just been it was just really important site for us in the community. I think people did group orders on Den of Angels too. I'm not sure. I never took part in that. You could sell secondhand. You could sell your dolls, and we all knew as it being very cutthroat. It was a very cutthroat kind of site, like very strict, um, very like if you fuck somebody over, you're gonna be banned forever, and you can't get back on the site. And back then, it was my dream to get on Den of Angels. At that point, when I first started the hobby, I couldn't even make an account. I literally had to make friends on DeviantArt. We should talk about DeviantArt too, but I made friends on DeviantArt, and one of my friends that I made on DeviantArt sent me an invite link to Den of Angels, and that's how I got access to Den of Angels. And I believe, I don't really remember very well, but if I believe it was like a 2 week like period that you had to prove for your account to be like legit, for you to have access to everything. You had to post, I don't remember how many posts, I think it was like 100 posts in people on people's photos, like actually talk to people and like post photos of your crew and like make sure that like you're actually a real person and that you're trustworthy, like those kinds of things. Yeah, so I'm actually really sad to see it go. But I was thinking I could read to you guys, if you don't know what it is, the post that they made yesterday. So again, I think this has been, in a way, a long time coming, because you can just go to different places to find the information that you need. But I digress. So this is from the Den of Angels mod squad. Hello, Den of Angels community. We are sad to announce the closing of Den of Angels on August 15th, 2026. The site will still be up, searchable, but all forums will be closed and new posting. This is not something we want to happen, but circumstances beyond the staff. Seraphim and Cherubim and this is not, but circumstances beyond the staff, Seraphim and Cherubim ability to control have made it impossible for us to overcome and continue. Seraphim and our longest standing, highest access staffers' natural attrition over time has seen the egress of many important staffers, and now there are only two of us left. Egress? They're using complicated words, I'm sorry. We do not have the admin access to give additional security clearance to current Cherubim or to onboard any new staff. We have been unpaid volunteers here for many years and want to either retire or be less hands on. If we cannot train up staff to replace ourselves, then our hands are tied. We have no choice but to lock the doors and walk away. The forum still means a lot to us and the BJD community. This is very true. This is not how we want things to end. I agree. I mean, I would like it if Den of Angels could be remain open forever, but because of their issues, I don't think so. We do hope that Desari at Desari, current legal owner of Den and Angels, will see this message and reach out to us about changing this trajectory. We do not know the circumstances around the owner's years of absence. She made a brief appearance last August with no explanation, disappeared once again. Admin access for Seraphim or transfer of ownership to someone committed to Doa's future would be ideal, as the preservation of 2 decades of BJD hobby history certainly deserves it. I agree. However, without any guarantees of changes, we need everyone to prepare for an August 15th closing date. At this time, we are closing new account registration. Any marketplace application will continue to be processed, but all transactions still need to be completed prior to the forum closing date. To prepare, please make sure you wrap up any marketplace transactions before this time. Ensure you have outside contact information for members and ongoing transactions/commissions. Get outside contact info from DOA friends so you can keep in touch. If you organize your doll meetups via DOA, please start making other arrangements now. If you are paying for advertisements or account upgrades, you will need to take that up with the forum owner at Desari, as we have no access to any financials. We cannot add any Xenophoro plugins that would allow downloads of thread contents. So you will need to screen cap anything you want to save. We have posted 2 new threads this one in meetups where members can share their offsite social media and a general discussion thread to share memories and say goodbyes. If you have questions or concerns, please post in the Ask the Moderators. We appreciate your patience, and there will be delays in replies due to several staffing shortages. Thank you all for making Den of Angels the wonderful community it has been since August of 2006. The, with best wishes for all, the moderation team. Okay, so Den of Angels has been open since August of 2006. So it would be 20 years at this point. So yeah, it's very sad to see it coming to an end, to see it close. Den of Angels has always been like let's say you were doing business with somebody outside of Den of Angels, a lots of people would be like, I need to see your Den of Angels feedback, which is why you see lots of people on Instagram have like a feedback like post that they're like, people can come here and like say, so and so has been great. They're a responsible seller, owner, buyer, whatever. And you would be okay with doing business with them, as we have lots of issues sometimes with scamming in the community or any other hobby, really. um but yeah, this is like extremely sad. It's like everybody from all over the world that is not from Asian country, well, not necessarily from, but like who don't speak the languages where the BJDs first started, being made. All the English speaking community could come and like chat. You made friends from all over the world. I made friends from all over the world, and it really is thanks to Den of Angels. I just like looking through the forum right now, like looking through it as I'm looking through it right now. It's very like bittersweet. Um, yeah, I remember when I bought my first. When I ordered Kosuke, I went to the Migi doll waiting room and I just ordered him this date. And then I remember I went back. I was like, I just got him. And I think I did post pictures. At the time, it was a little like scary sometimes to post pictures because I felt like my work wasn't good enough. But um, I hope that the owner of Den of Angels sees this and will come back and let somebody else have ownership over this, so it won't need to be closed. Yeah, because this is very, very sad. Um, it was really such like the backbone. If it wasn't for Den of Angels, we wouldn't have the BJD community that we have now. Though it is dying out because life is very expensive. I see lots of people not do as much BJD collecting as some do as they used to. There are many people that are no longer active in the hobby. I'm not very active right now, but I did take a year, like a 10-year break beforehand. It's just, it's just very, very sad to see. Um, yeah, it's just, yeah. I really hope the owner will come back around and will let somebody else own it, or just give ownership to yeah, like for somebody else to be able to like use it and all that stuff. So I can see why the two moderators are having a really hard time if they cannot even add any more people to be moderators. Like, it's very difficult. I'm sure people in the community would step up and become moderators for the site for Den of Angels. I would even volunteer to help out just for a little bit. I can't do it like all the time, but you know. But yeah, it's very, very sad. Currently, I'm like on the site right now, actually looking through it, and I see it's very lively. Like, there's so many people logged in, which I think it's great. It's sad that you know it's coming to an end, but yeah, I think it's cool to see everybody come together and mourn the fact that Den of Angels will be closed in August. Someone said, I think I read somebody ask, like, why can't it just remain like readable forever? I mean, having a site does cost money. So I'm like curious at the fact that it's owned by Desari or whatever, but they've been gone for a long time. They're still gone at this point. Um, so I'm curious who's paying for Den of Angels, how is it getting funded? Having a website costs money. So I'm like genuinely curious, how is the domain name getting funded? How the website hosting is getting funded? Unless it's a private website host, but like a personal one or something, but I don't think so. So I am curious how that is being funded, and I'm curious if whoever the website host is function. Okay, so some Zeno function. I wonder if Zen Foro could somehow, if you contact them and be like, hey, we need access to the website as an owner. I wonder if they could do it, if asked, but probably not. Just me speculating, putting ideas out there. But yeah, I would actually like to know what you guys have to say, if you have any nice memories of Den of Angels. Um, Comment below, go on the website, go post. I'm gonna go make a post myself soon. Um, and yeah, that is sad. It's really, really sad. I'm sitting here reminiscing and like remembering how excited I was to finally get into Den of Angels and how much I really wanted to get into Den of Angels. And I was just like a young little, I was a young little organ, just like so excited to finally get on this site and like be on the forum and talk to everybody and make friends, and people putting their pictures on Flickr and then putting on the site. And I think I did that too, and like Tumblr. And yeah, someone also mentioned on the forum that like Den of Angels has been alive for 20 years and has exceeded, like, it was here before social media was a thing, and it has lived past many social media platforms, and it's very true. People would post pictures on Flickr. Like Flickr was a big BJD place too. Tumblr was as well. But Tumblr died when it got bought by Yahoo. And then Flickr is part of Yahoo, right? Something like that. I don't know. It's just not. They're both not doing the. At least I haven't gone back to Flickr. I haven't gone back to Tumblr that much. DeviantArt was a big place to be as well. I think a lot of the community was there. I was definitely there. That's how I met Kuroi Carousel. That's how I met Asai Moody. That's how I met so many people. Honestly, there's so many people that I met. I met Amanda on there too. Hi Amanda, I know you're watching this. But yeah, I met so many people on there, and like I literally have friends still from that time that I met. My friend in real life is the person who got me into it, and we both were like, we need access to Den of Angels. We need to get into Den of Angels. And I remember when I finally got in, and I finally um had got access, and I got full access, that I could finally send her, I believe, an invite, and then she could also get in. And it's just so sad. It's really so sad. So I'm just sitting here reminiscing about Den of Angels, even though I haven't been super duper active in the hobby in a long time. I've met great friends on Instagram, but I think it all comes back to Den of Angels. So very sad. and I hope it doesn't have to be shut down. I really do. And I want to apologize for my voice right now. I'm like very congested because I'm having allergies right now. I'm not crying or anything. I'm like literally having allergies right now. Yeah. So yeah. Um if you didn't hear about this, I'm sorry to bring these bad news onto you. I apologize, but I like I said, I was reminiscing and I just wanted to talk about it. Um, but anyways, yeah, please let me know your experience with Den of Angels. Tell me about it. Tell me how like it it changed your hobbies and all the friends you made and all that. Um there's going to be the New York Doll Con, which I've actually would love to go, but I'm probably not going to go this year. Maybe next year or the year after. I don't know. I would love to go to that Doll Con, BJD DollCon in New York one day, maybe. But people were saying that there should be a vigil for Den of Angels. I agree, there should be. Maybe I'll host a vigil at ACEN 2026. I will be going to ACEN 2026. So if anyone goes to ACEN who's a doll person, maybe we could host a vigil together for Den of Angels. Um, but that's all I got, for this topic. Thanks for watching. Um, but I did want, before I go, I'm gonna talk to you about what I'm drawing here actually. So, pivoting, this is like the end of topic of Dead of Angels. But anyways, so this is my character, new OC, because I'm working on my comic, very slowly working on my comic. But this is a new OC. I'm gonna name her Sitlali. Um, I'm gonna have like animalistic features, characters in my story along with elves and all that, but it's more like a modern thing. Um, and then I started recently playing Zenless Zone Zero, or ZZZ for short. And they're kind of like, it's kind of like great minds think alike, because like a lot of things that happens in that game, I'm like, damn, like the vibes, like this is kind of what I want for my story. So yeah, so like I'm gonna have basically like the equivalent of Thyrans in my story. And so I just wanted to have, this was before I even like my plan, this was my plan before I even started playing this game. So um but yeah, I'm gonna have a bunch of these kind of characters, and it's gonna be very fantasy but at the same time very fashion and like urban and like all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is Sitlali. I was really inspired by Shilonen from Genshin Impact, that I wanted to make a leopard girl. So here's my leopard girl, and I always give them a bunch of piercings because I think piercings are really cool. I would love to get piercings of my own, but I'm very hesitant because of the healing time and all that stuff. Um, so I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about Lali. So I came up with her around the time that the Olympics were going on, like right before the Winter Olympics, and I had like gotten into a little bit again about Beauty and Ice, which I wanted to make a whole video about Beauty and Ice, and because I got into like, there's a girl on here named Paola, I think is her name. She makes videos specifically about kind of like the craziness of the Russian figure skaters and like the coach and stuff, Eteri Tuperitse. And I wanted to like talk about that because like I got really into it and I learned so much. But that could be another video. But basically, Sitlali is I decided that she's a figure skater. She's not a main character or anything, but in my mind, she's like the daughter of this wealthy um, this wealthy leopard woman who's a really well-known fashion designer. And it'll be relevant. You guys will see. if you read my comic, I'll definitely post a video once my comic is up. I'm working really hard on it. It's just really difficult for me sometimes because I am just one person and I work a regular job, and my life is just very busy, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, she's a figure skater, and she's very like, she has mommy issues. Not that her mom's a bad person, but like, that like her mom doesn't give her the attention that she desires from a mother, like her mom expects like the best from her, and if she messes up once, it's like a big huge deal. um but yeah, Silali's gonna be cool. She's just gonna be a bit of a bit of a brat at first, but she'll warm up to Jupiter and their friends and all that. But yeah, I'm just really excited for Sitlali. I'm like really excited to like write her story along with Jupiter's story. I'm working on it, and it's going to be really cool. And actually, I would love to make videos like this, like introducing my characters. Like, I yap about something, and then after I can like talk about it or whatever. But yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my drawing process. Um and if you have any questions about it or anything, please let me know. You're welcome to comment down below and ask me about it. But yeah, I plan on posting more drawing videos while I yap and stuff. So please look forward to that. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.